Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We are going to begin tonight with breaking news and a game changer for parents worried about their children getting coronavirus. The FDA is now expected to expand the emergency authorization for Pfizer's vaccine to include children as young as 12 years old. Now, the decision, which the New York Times reports could happen as early as this week, could allow more than 15 million teens to get the shots before the start of the next school year. The news comes as Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York, once the epicenter of the pandemic, announced today that shops, restaurants, gyms, and other businesses will be allowed to operate at full capacity starting May 19th, including, yes, Broadway theaters. And New York City's iconic subway system will also return to 24-hour service in just 2 weeks. And in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis signed an executive order to end local mandates in his state. But tonight, 5 other states are still seeing the rate of new infections rising, including in Oregon, where things are so bad, restrictions aren't being lifted. New ones are actually being put in place in an attempt to stop highly contagious variants of the virus from spreading. Well, we've got 2 reports on all of this news tonight. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti is in Oregon, but first, CBS's Mola Lenghi is going to lead off our coverage from New York's Times Square. Good evening, Mola. Some big news tonight.
Well, good evening, Nora. With New York City set to reopen here, there are signs that a vaccine could be on the way for millions of children across the country. After months of clinical trials, we could be just days away from an approval for children 12 and older to be vaccinated.
Pfizer is set to receive FDA emergency use authorization of its vaccine in children ages 12 to 15 within days, according to the New York Times. Pfizer recently announced trial results showing the vaccine has similar efficacy in that age group to adults, and study participants experienced few side effects.
It's a smart reopening. It's a measured reopening.
And tonight, New York is ready for revival.
Today is a milestone for New York State and a significant moment of transition.
In sync with neighboring New Jersey and Connecticut, the move comes on May 19th when most capacity limits will be lifted. Museums and businesses, including restaurants, retail, gyms, and hair salons, can fully reopen as long as space is available to maintain 6 feet of social distancing. The reopening is a huge turnaround from more than a year ago.
Everyone is COVID positive.
When New York City was the epicenter of the COVID crisis, reporting nearly 5,500 cases and more than 600 deaths per day. And it's not just the Northeast that's getting back to normal. Today, the governor of Florida ended all COVID restrictions in the state. Back in New York, a record 635,000 jobs were lost in 2020. The pain of the city's economic downturn is evident in the endless closed storefronts. For a year, it was only takeout and delivery at Usia, a Manhattan restaurant.
For us, it's just, a new beginning and an opportunity to get back to normal.
An opportunity that can't happen soon enough. Mola Lenghi, CBS News, New York.